Kristin and this is the video for day number 199 of my Song and Air project, and the 11th day of my talent show song showcase. And hopefully this won't sound bad because my voice is kind of shot. Anyway, the song that I'm doing for today is a song that I only performed in one talent show, so I'm not nearly as practiced at this one as I am at many of the others that I've done as part of the showcase. But it is about one of my very favorite groups, and I have often just sung it on my own over the years. Without further ado, this is my rendition of Crash Boom Bang by Roxette.
My papa told me to stay out of trouble. When you find your man, make sure it's for real. I learned that nothing really lasts forever. I sleep with the scars I wear that won't heal. They won't heal. 'Cause every time I seem to fall in love, crash, boom, bang. I find the heart, but then I hit the wall. Crash, boom, bang. That's the call, that's the game, and the pain stays the same. I'm walking down this empty road to nowhere. I pass by the houses and blocks I once knew. My mama told me not to mess with sorrow, but I always did, and I know I still do. I'm still breaking the rules. I kick it up, I kick it down. Ooh, and every time I seem to fall in love, crash, boom, bang. I find the heart, but then I hit the wall. Crash, boom, bang. That's my real middle name. It has always been the same. That's the call, that's the game, and the pain stays the same. I still feel the heat and the taste of the kisses, shattered by rain and the wild holy war. I kick it up, I kick it down. Ooh, and every time I seem to fall in love, crash, boom, bang. I see the roses dying on the floor. Crash, boom, bang. That's the call, that's the game, and the pain stays the same. That's my real middle name. It has always been the same. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It has always been the same. It has always been the same.
That was my, rather loud for this time of night, rendition of Crash Boom Bang by Roxette. And unfortunately, as loud as it is for 5-something in the morning, I have to do the end twice because the stupid memory card space ran out. So I probably woke my parents up twice. So that's not good. And I don't think it was quite as powerful the second time I did it, which means not as loud, but also probably not as good. I really nailed it the first time, I think. I mean, I felt like I was slightly out of range, but I went with it, and I think I did a really good job, and it cut off before that. And I hate that. I always hate when it doesn't capture the whole song. It's only happened a few times, but at least 1 or 2 of them being when I was using my camera, I was doing the funky shut-off thing. But, you know, it's one thing when it cuts off during my rambling, and I can say basically the same thing again, but when I do the song, you cannot recapture that exactly, so frustrating. But anyway, that is like the umpteenth song by Roxette I've done as part of this project. I think it's like the 5th, maybe. And as I mentioned, I had also done It Must Have Been Love in 1 or more talent shows, but I did that earlier in my project. So the only Roxette song left that I had done in a talent show was Crash Boom Bang. And I performed it only once at Stillwater Day, 1 year post-high school, I think. And you know, I seem to remember it being kind of a low-key song when I did it, but it is actually a powerful song. It's a really good song. You know, I tend to think of it as, you know, not one of my favorites, but then when I'm actually hearing it or singing it, I'm like, this is a really good song. The power builds throughout it, and it's really great. But, and that's one of their more recent songs. I mean, not as recent as Stars, but apparently it's from '94. And I actually saw the video of it because since I'm not as practiced at this song as some of my other talent show songs, I actually had to listen to it and actually had to go through the lyrics because, you know, I remember parts of it, but I had to like piece it together. But I watched the video online. It's surprisingly clear for a video from the 90s. But I I think that some of their videos have been remastered and like released for purchase, but not in region 1. But anyway, it's really neat. It's like all fanciful, kind of like my dad likes work by Maxfield Parrish. He had like a lot of really like mystical, fanciful type drawings, paintings, whatever. Drawings, I think. I'm not sure. I know I looked through a book of prints. But anyway, and he could capture light like no one else. But anyway, a lot of his works were very fanciful looking. And anyway, in the video, actually, it reminds me of a scene from What Dreams May Come, another Robin Williams thing. But there's like these stairs, kind of like Acropolis-like. But in the video, Marie Fredriksson is just constantly climbing this curved set of stairs. And I wonder how they filmed it because it was like continuous. And anyway, so she's climbing these stairs slowly, and there's like these angelic looking people and like all these different elements. You know, there's a couple, there's people with birds, there's a little doggy in the background, there's like ducks walking by, almost like something from like a fairy tale. There's these guys like that look like, you know, sandmen or something. Sandmen, not sandhogs. You know, like sleepy sandman, like fairy tales. Anyway, but it's just very mystical looking. It's like something from a dream. It's really neat, and I had never gotten to see that before, so it was really cool to get to see that. Prior to this project, I don't know if I had ever seen a Roxette music video, but they've been one of my favorite bands for a long time. Speaking of Roxette, this week on the season finale of the ABC Family sitcom Young and Hungry, they used It Must Have Been Love by Roxette. I was like, that's copying in sign language, by the way. But anyway, they used it because they were referencing Pretty Woman, and I think that song was either done for Pretty Woman or used in it. So they played the song like for a pretty decent duration, and they played it again when they came back at the end of the show. It was like sad, you know, missed connections between the two characters, but love that song. And this song was actually used, Crash Boom Bang that is, was actually used in Neverending Story 3, which I think might be called Return to Fantasia. But anyway, I have all three, but the second and third pale in comparison to the first, although the second's always nice to watch because Jonathan Brandis was just so beautiful. But there's that weird duck creature and stuff. It was strange, but anyway, nothing compares to the first Neverending Story. But in the third one, which by the way, Jack Black, who was relatively unknown, was one of the nasties. He had this unibrow and he was like this mean guy, and he got sucked into the book. But anyway, there's a scene when the kids are like walking home from school or whatever, and they use Roxette's Crash Boom Bang. And I don't know if it had any particular significance, but it was just neat that it was used in there. I always like hearing stuff from bands that I like used in other things. I like other people to get to hear it. And everyone should share my taste of music because it's awesome. But anyway, this is like at least the fourth installment I've had to do this video in because I have so little space on this memory card right now. And so I don't want to have to do yet another one. And I've said pretty much all I was going to say, except for the fact that, as I mentioned before, my voice is funky. I was yelling again. My family argues a lot, and loudly. And a lot of the loud is often me. And I actually thought that the song that I'm doing tomorrow was the song I was doing today, which requires more vocal power, and I would have had more trouble with. So this was a little easier to do, so hopefully my voice will be repaired by the next video. But I don't know, it's still pretty bad, and it's been like almost an entire day. But hopefully it didn't sound bad. Sometimes when my voice is like this, the scratchiness actually works with the song, but I don't know if that's the case here, but hopefully it sounded fine. And also, apologies for this weird lighting thing. I thought it was fine if I was standing in front of the light, but even though it doesn't show up when I take a still shot, yeah, all these lines are in front of me, so you can't really see me. See me a little better. I didn't want to re-angle it between segments because it would have been weird and tedious, but anyway, so you can't totally see me. It's a little weird, but you can still hear me, so that's good. So anyway, hopefully that sounded good regardless of the voice thing. And that is video 199. So tomorrow is the big day. Actually, later today officially, but I'm not on as good of a schedule with this as I've been lately, but I was worn out. But anyway, so big day being 200, not the end of the project, but still a big deal and very commendable. I think it's quite an accomplishment. But anyway, so once again, that was my rendition rendition of Crash Boom Bang by Roxette for day 199 of my Song a Day project and the 11th day of my talent show song showcase. As always, thanks for listening and please check back often. I'm Kristin Starr. Peace.
How adorable are they?
Thanks again for listening. Peace.